Tiara!
Hello.
A date, you and me.
Playing Halo, watching Battlestar, drop some Mentos and Diet Coke.
You got the wrong mustard.
I've got a beautiful girlfriend and a dog who loves me so much she drinks my bathwater.
That is the most sickeningly sweet thing I have ever experienced.
The Big Bang Theory may have been a science comedy, but its real magic came from moments beyond the script. From iconic catchphrases to actor meltdowns caught on camera, we will explore the unplanned laughs and delightful surprises that turned this sitcom into a global phenomenon. So get ready to laugh, cringe a little, and discover the unscripted moments that shaped the Big Bang Theory. Sheldon sending his contract papers flying. One of the most memorable moments from the Big Bang Theory that wasn't scripted happened in an episode where Leonard and Penny rekindle their romance, only for it to fizzle out again, fast. Sheldon, ever the stickler for rules, had spent the whole night meticulously revising the roommate agreement to include Penny. The unexpected magic unfolded when Leonard broke the news of their latest breakup. As Leonard spoke, Sheldon stared intently, almost with a soul-piercing gaze. Then, in a moment of pure comedic gold, Sheldon flung the entire contract into the air, pages scattering like confetti. One of the papers, guided by some unknown force, landed perfectly on the back of Sheldon's head, sticking there like a papery flag. Despite the absurdity of the situation, Sheldon, ever the professional, delivered his final line with a straight face. "Do you even think of other people, Leonard, do you?" He then stormed off, maintaining his stoic expression the entire time. To his credit, Leonard remained serious as well, although eagle-eyed viewers might have caught a few glimpses of a suppressed smile throughout the show's run. What makes this moment so special is its sheer spontaneity. No matter how many times you try to recreate it, you'll never capture the perfect timing, the unexpectedness, and the hilarious juxtaposition of Sheldon's emotional meltdown and his unyielding poker face. It's a moment that perfectly encapsulates Sheldon's unique personality and the show's genius blend of humor and heart. Bernadette Rostenkowski's voice. When we first meet Bernadette Rostenkowski in The Big Bang Theory, she's on a date with Howard Wolowitz. We are introduced to a woman who's witty, petite, and fiercely independent. Her voice? It's not the squeaky, high-pitched chirp we would come to know and love. Back then, Bernie's tone was much more natural, almost normal. It wasn't until a few episodes later that her voice took a noticeable trip up pitch mountain, as you put it. Now you might be wondering, did the writers suddenly decide to change her voice? The answer is no. The credit for Bernadette's iconic squeaky voice goes entirely to the actress who plays her, Melissa Rauch. Here's the inside scoop. Melissa wanted to add a unique, fun trait to her character, something that would make her stand out. And the inspiration for this vocal quirk came from a familiar source, her own mother. Rauch herself admitted that her Bernadette voice is essentially her mom's, minus the Jersey accent. The unexpected evolution of Stuart Bloom in The Big Bang Theory. If you're a fan of The Big Bang Theory, you almost certainly know and love the quirky charm of Stuart Bloom, the long-suffering owner of the Comic Center. But did you know that Kevin Sussman, the actor who brought Stuart to life, wasn't even supposed to be a permanent fixture on the show? Originally, he was just another guest star, popping in for a single episode in Season 2 called The Hofstadter Isotope. Fate, however, had other plans. Sussman's portrayal of Stuart resonated with the audience and the writers, and he soon found himself back for more episodes. His comedic timing and awkward, adorable persona were perfect for the role, and Stuart even landed a brief fling with Penny. But the turning point for Stuart, and perhaps for Sussman's career on the show, came during Season 3's The Guitarist Amplification. Remember that episode where Penny and Leonard come to the Comic Center looking for Sheldon? In that scene, when Stuart's back is turned, he mumbles a soft, "I love you," to Penny. That wasn't something the writers cooked up. It was Kevin Sussman, the actor playing Stuart, spontaneously adding his own touch. Interestingly, the writers loved it. So much so, in fact, that they started bringing Stuart back more often, and Sussman noticed a shift in his character's arc. So that awkward whispered, "I love you," wasn't just a throwaway line. It became a turning point, a subtle nudge that set Stuart on a unique trajectory. making him the endearing, perpetually unlucky underdog we all know and love. Amy's Tiara. In Season 5 of The Big Bang Theory, Amy Farrah Fowler, played by the ever-brilliant Mayim Bialik, experiences a scene that has become etched in fan memory. The episode, titled The Shiny Trinket Maneuver, sees Penny helping Sheldon mend his relationship with Amy after a misunderstanding. Sheldon, not quite understanding how to express his support for Amy's scientific achievement, attempts to make it up to her by gifting her jewelry. At first, Amy is understandably frustrated. Sheldon's approach feels dismissive and shallow, but the moment Penny presents the gift and she sees it's a tiara, something magical happens. Amy's eyes sparkle with childlike wonder as she gasps, "Oh, it's a tiara!" The frustration melts away, replaced by pure delight. This iconic scene wouldn't be the same without Mayim Bialik's brilliant improvisation. As she revealed in a blog post, the script originally had Amy exclaim, "Oh my God, it's a tiara!" However, Bialik dislikes using God's name in vain, so she improvised a playful exclamation, avoiding the religious reference altogether. The script also called for Amy to only request Penny to put it on her 5 times. But the infectious laughter of the live audience inspired Bialik to add 2 more, creating a perfectly timed comedic sequence. Penny's tears on screen. Kaley Cuoco, our beloved Penny on The Big Bang Theory, had a reputation for being a bit of a waterworks queen on set. She wasn't just a good comedic actress who could bring you to tears with laughter. She was also a sensitive soul who easily got swept up in the emotions of the show, even when she wasn't directly involved. It wasn't unusual to see Penny dabbing at her eyes after a touching scene between other characters, like Sheldon's proposal to Amy. Even behind the cameras, while watching someone else deliver a heartfelt monologue, her eyes might well up. Now, don't get us wrong. There were plenty of times when the script called for Penny to get choked up, but rumors swirled that in many cases, her tears were genuine. Executive producer Stephen Malaro even admitted that Cuoco's unscripted sniffles often added unexpected depth and poignancy to scenes. He recalls times when, after a take filled with genuine emotion from Cuoco, the entire crew would be left feeling moved and connected, almost like they'd witnessed something real and beautiful. So the next time you watch The Big Bang Theory and see Penny's eyes glistening, remember that it might not just be Penny acting. It might just be Kaley Cuoco, a passionate and empathetic actress, letting her own emotions color the scene and making it even more touching for all of us. Penny looks at the camera. In The Big Bang Theory, Penny has a curious quirk that you might not notice at first, but once you see it, it's impossible to unsee. Unlike most sitcom characters who pretend the camera isn't there, Penny has a habit of spiking the lens, which means she deliberately makes eye contact with the camera directly. This breaks the unspoken rule of sitcom acting, where the characters exist in their own world, and the camera is simply a silent observer. But throughout the series, Penny throws fleeting glances towards the camera, often at emotionally charged moments. Now, you might wonder if this is written into the script. The answer is no. Kaley Cuoco, the actress who plays Penny, adds these little eye contacts on her own accord, be it an unconscious habit or a deliberate choice. It's not a mistake, not exactly, but it's not planned either. It's just Penny being Penny. And the funny thing is, it works. Those stolen glances add a layer of intimacy to Penny's character. They make her feel more real, more like a friend who's sharing a secret with us. Of course, the directors and writers must have noticed Penny's little habit, but instead of cracking down, they seem to have embraced it. Maybe they see it as Penny's own quirky charm, a way to connect with the audience in a unique way. Or maybe they just find it too darn funny to stop. The Big Bang theme song. In the world of television, few theme songs are as instantly recognizable and beloved as The Big Bang Theory's. The catchy melody and playful lyrics detailing the origins of the universe have become synonymous with the show itself. But the story behind how it came to be is just as fascinating and full of chance encounters as any episode of the sitcom. The song's origins trace back to a Canadian rock band called Bare Naked Ladies and a chance encounter with the show's creators, Chuck Lorre and Bill Prady. It all started when Chuck Lorre and Bill Prady caught the band live in Los Angeles. Little did they know, They were about to stumble upon the perfect theme song in the most unexpected way. Ed Robertson, Barenaked Ladies' energetic frontman, had just finished reading a book about the Big Bang by British scientist Simon Singh. Feeling inspired, he spontaneously launched into an improvised freestyle rap about the universe's birth during the concert. This electrifying performance, filled with scientific references and catchy rhymes, struck a chord with Laurie and Prady. They knew they had found something special. Immediately after the show, they approached Robertson with a unique proposition: write the theme song for the Big Bang Theory. But there was a twist. Robertson agreed, but only on one condition. He had to be the sole contender. He had been burned before, writing songs for television and movies only to have them pass him over for someone else. This time, he wanted full creative control. Laurie and Prady readily agreed. Inspired by that night's improvised rap, Robertson set to work. But where do you start when crafting a song about the Big Bang? Well, according to legend, the shower proved to be the most productive place. With just 20 minutes to spare before a conference call with the show's creators, Robertson penned the final version of the theme song in the shower. The song itself retained the essence of that original rap, its infectious energy and clever lyrics painting a vibrant picture of the universe's birth. It was catchy, it was funny, and it perfectly captured the spirit of the Big Bang Theory. Needless to say, the showrunners loved it. The Big Bang Theory theme song became an instant hit, propelling Barenaked Ladies to a wider audience and earning them a legion of new fans. It went on to win awards, be parodied countless times, and become an iconic part of pop culture. Wil Wheaton's unexpected appearance. There's something undeniably fascinating about actors playing fictionalized versions of themselves on screen. It's like cracking open a window into their real lives, even if the words they're saying are scripted. Shows like The Big Bang Theory mastered this art, welcoming stars like Mark Hamill, Stephen Hawking, and even Elon Musk to step into their fictional shoes. But amongst these cameos, Wil Wheaton's Star Trek intrusion at the Star Wars premiere stands tall among them. Wil Wheaton has graced us with many hilarious moments playing himself on various shows, but his appearance at the Star Wars premiere in full Star Trek gear stands out as a pinnacle of comedic genius. This wasn't some planned stunt. According to Wil, the idea to channel his inner Mr. Spock blossomed right there and then. The cast and crew were completely unsuspecting, with only a few writers getting a sneak peek into his mischievous plan. As Wil himself put it, when you can make the crew laugh, when you can crack that sitcom cast up, it's an incredible feeling. You might as well call it hitting a home run. And hit a home run he did. His impromptu act resonated not just with the audience, but with the core team behind the show. Capturing the crew's spontaneous laughter added an extra layer of authenticity to the scene, making it feel like we were peeking into a shared joke among friends. Mayim Bialik's unplanned role in the Big Bang Theory's success. In the early days of the Big Bang Theory, the writers were brainstorming ideas for a potential companion for the quirky and brilliant Sheldon Cooper. Initially, they envisioned a character who wouldn't be too similar to Sheldon, someone who could balance his eccentricities with a different perspective. However, things took an unexpected turn when they met Mayim Bialik, an actress with a unique background. Not only was she talented and comedic, but she also held a PhD in neuroscience. This unexpected encounter sparked a light bulb moment for the writers. They realized that having a character with a background in neuroscience, just like Mayim, would not only add a new layer of complexity and humor to the show, but would also be incredibly practical. Mayim's expertise would be invaluable when it came to writing accurate and engaging scientific dialogue, especially when it involved Sheldon's beloved field. So instead of simply casting Mayim for the role they had in mind, the writers decided to take a bold step. They rewrote the character of Amy Farrah Fowler, transforming her from a generic girl next door into a brilliant and quirky neuroscientist, perfectly suited to match Sheldon's intellect and oddities. This decision proved to be a stroke of genius. Mayim's natural comedic timing and her real-life scientific knowledge brought Amy to life in a way that audiences adored. The unlikely pairing of Sheldon and Amy became one of the show's most beloved storylines. And Mayim's casting, originally unplanned, became a key factor in the show's success. Therefore, it's not an exaggeration to say that Mayim Bialik wasn't just cast for the role of Amy Farrah Fowler, she practically inspired it. Her unique background and talent shaped the character in ways that no one could have predicted. And in doing so, she helped create a television phenomenon that continues to resonate with fans around the world. Sheldon Cooper's Bazinga. In The Big Bang Theory, Sheldon Cooper stands out as the genius whose humor often falls flat with his friends. While Leonard, Raj, Howard, and even Penny find his antics frustrating and insensitive, the audience erupts in laughter at his bizarre observations and social blunders. This disconnect between Sheldon's humor and his friends' reactions is a key element of the show's comedy. Adding to the confusion, Sheldon's jokes are often delivered with a dry wit and childlike naivety, making it hard to tell when he's being funny or simply stating a fact. To bridge this gap, Sheldon adopted the catchphrase Bazinga as a signal that he's just pulled off a joke, like a scientist announcing a successful experiment. Think of it as Sheldon's way of saying, "just kidding," but with a unique Sheldon twist. Now, you might be surprised to learn that this iconic Bazinga wasn't actually written in the script. It has a more organic, almost accidental origin story. You see, one of the writers, Stephen Engel, had a habit of playing pranks on the set, always ending them with a mischievous Bazinga. One day, while filming a scene, Jim Parsons, who plays Sheldon, was improvising a scene and felt something was missing. He remembered Engel's catchphrase and impulsively blurted out, "Bazinga!" The entire crew erupted in laughter, and the spontaneous addition stuck. And so, Bazinga became more than just a silly word. It became a cornerstone of Sheldon's personality and a running gag throughout the series. From misinterpreting sarcasm to delivering deadpan jokes with a straight face, Sheldon's Bazinga moments provided countless laugh-out-loud moments for viewers. Penny's promotion to bartender. In Season 4 of The Big Bang Theory, something curious happened to Penny. Remember how she used to be a waitress at the Cheesecake Factory, always rushing around with trays of food? Well, suddenly, in the episode where Sheldon spills his heart out to a bartender, there she was, mixing drinks behind the bar. This unexpected change might have left you scratching your head, wondering if you missed a key episode where Penny got promoted. But here is the behind-the-scenes secret you might not know. Penny's unexpected promotion wasn't in the script. Kaylee Cuoco, the actress who plays Penny, accidentally broke her leg off screen. This unexpected event threw a wrench in the show's filming schedule and forced the writers to get creative. With Cuoco in a cast, it was difficult to have her on set as usual. She couldn't stand for long periods or run around like the energetic Penny we knew. So the writers came up with a clever solution. They gave Penny a sudden promotion to bartender. This way, Cuoco could film her scenes from behind the bar where her leg wouldn't be visible. Of course, none of this was ever mentioned in the show. The writers cleverly wrote around the injury and made the bartender's shift seem like a natural character progression. But for those who know the story, it's a fun reminder of how real-life challenges can sometimes lead to unexpected but hilarious changes in our favorite television shows. Johnny Galecki as Leonard Hofstadter. The Big Bang Theory's Sheldon Cooper is a character practically tailor-made for Jim Parsons. His portrayal of the socially awkward scientist is so iconic that most fans can't imagine anyone else in the role. In fact, Parsons' performance was so crucial to the show's success that his decision to leave ultimately led to its cancellation. However, it might surprise you to learn that Jim Parsons wasn't the first choice for Sheldon. The show's creator, Chuck Lorre, initially offered the role to Johnny Galecki, who played Leonard Hofstadter. Galecki seemed like a natural fit for Leonard, but as he researched the role of Sheldon, something unexpected happened. He started to feel a stronger connection to Leonard's character, the more grounded and relatable friend of Sheldon. Galecki's self-awareness and understanding of his own strengths played a crucial role in this decision. He recognized that while he could potentially deliver a comedic take on Sheldon, he wouldn't be able to fully embody the character's unique eccentricities and quirks the way someone like Jim Parsons could. So he stepped aside for Jim, and the rest, as they say, is history. Parsons' masterful performance took the character to new heights, making him a comedic genius and pop culture icon. While it's hard to imagine anyone else playing Sheldon, it's fascinating to think about what the Big Bang Theory might have been like with Galecki in the role. Perhaps we would have seen a different side of Sheldon, one influenced by Galecki's comedic persona: unscripted laughter. The Big Bang Theory didn't just make us laugh, it apparently made the actors laugh too. While Kaylee Cuoco's emotional tears made headlines, the show also saw its fair share of unscripted giggles. These spontaneous chuckles weren't just random outbursts, they often felt natural, like genuine friends reacting to hilarious moments. As the sitcom went on, and the actors became more comfortable with their characters, these unscripted laughs became more frequent. One memorable example is Johnny Galecki's contagious giggling during the Emily or Cinnamon scene. His character, Leonard, is supposed to be losing his cool over Howard's nonsensical game, but Galecki can barely contain his amusement. Watching the scene, you can see Galecki's face turning red as he tries to hold back the laughter. These unscripted moments weren't just about actors cracking up in the middle of a scene, they were glimpses into the genuine chemistry and friendship between the cast. Seeing them laugh together, even when the script didn't call for it, reminded us that these weren't just characters. They were a group of friends having fun. Sheldon and Jims kiss. In The Big Bang Theory, Sheldon Cooper famously views kissing as an uncomfortable and scary activity. But did you know that in some ways, the actor who played him, Jim Parsons, shared a similar initial apprehension? Like Sheldon, Jim admits to feeling nervous and awkward about filming kissing scenes early on. It's understandable. Portraying intimacy on camera, even as an actor, can be uncomfortable. However, just like Sheldon eventually learns to appreciate the act of giving and receiving a kiss, Jim's perception also shifted. In an interview, Jim revealed that his apprehension towards kissing scenes faded as he grew more comfortable playing Sheldon and his relationships became more developed. He even came to enjoy them, acknowledging the fun and humor that could be injected into such scenes. This newfound comfort translated beautifully onto the screen. When we see Sheldon cautiously, then enthusiastically, sharing kisses with Amy, we're not just witnessing character development, we're also seeing a reflection of Jim's own changing perspective. It's a fascinating parallel between actor and character. Both started with an aversion to physical intimacy, but through the journey of their respective relationships, both came to find unexpected enjoyment and understanding. This shared arc adds a depth and genuineness to Sheldon's romantic development that wouldn't have been possible without Jim's own personal evolution. So, the next time you watch a Sheldon and Amy kissing scene, remember, you're not just witnessing a scripted moment in a sitcom. You're seeing the culmination of both a character's growth and an actor's own journey towards embracing something once viewed as strange and frightening. And that, in itself, is pretty special. The spanking scene. In the infamous Season 6 episode of The Big Bang Theory, The Fish Guts Displacement, we witness one of the show's most hilarious and unexpected moments: Sheldon spanking Amy for pretending to be sick. What starts as a funny punishment quickly takes a surprising turn as Amy gleefully embraces it, asking for more. Believe it or not, this hilarious moment, however, wasn't originally planned. The script called for the spanking to happen off-screen, leaving the audience to imagine Amy's reaction. But what unfolded on camera was pure comedic magic. Instead of just a quick spank, the scene evolved into a hilarious back and forth. Amy, instead of being upset, starts to playfully encourage Sheldon to spank her harder. This unscripted moment, born from the actor's improvisation and on-screen chemistry, became pure comedic gold. As Parsons himself revealed, this comedic gold had its downsides. It made the scene incredibly difficult to film. He and Alic struggled to keep a straight face amidst the absurdity, often breaking into genuine laughter. In fact, the final scene we see on screen is actually composed of several takes stitched together, each one funnier than the last. Jim Parsons leaving The Big Bang Theory. As The Big Bang Theory neared its conclusion, Jim Parsons found himself facing several personal challenges. One of his dogs fell critically ill, and understandably, he craved more time and space to deal with this difficult situation. Continuing the show's demanding schedule felt incompatible with his personal needs. This wasn't just about wanting a break. Even the immense financial incentives offered by the show's creators couldn't sway Jim. He simply needed to prioritize his personal well-being. When the news reached the rest of the cast, it was understandably met with shock. However, their response was one of unwavering support. They understood Jim's situation and refused to continue the show without him. For them, The Big Bang Theory without Jim Parsons was like a story without its heart and soul. The show's creators faced a difficult decision. Could they continue without one of its key characters? The answer ultimately was no. The Big Bang Theory's magic stemmed from the ensemble cast's chemistry, and losing such a central figure would irreparably alter the show's core dynamic. Therefore, with a heavy heart, the decision was made to end The Big Bang Theory. While this might have disappointed fans eager for more adventures with Sheldon and his friends, it was a respectful and necessary conclusion. It honored Jim's personal needs, respected the cast's wishes, and preserved the integrity of the show. Ultimately, The Big Bang Theory ended not with a bang, but with a bittersweet farewell. It closed its doors not because of dwindling popularity or creative exhaustion, but because of the very real needs of its cast and crew. Thank you for watching this video. See you in the next one.